Hi guys, movie recap today here. Today, I'm going to explain a 2010 Korean drama thriller film titled, The Housemaid. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The film starts at a busy city street, where a young woman dies by jumping from a building. At a nearby restaurant, Yoon-yi arrives with her coworker and roommate to work at the restaurant. After completing their work, Yoon-yi and her friend drive to the scene, where the girl died earlier. There they see the chalk outline where the woman's body had lain. The next morning, an old woman named Byung-sik goes to Yoon-yi's apartment to see how she lives, as she is looking to hire a full-time housemaid for a wealthy couple. After seeing Yoon-yi's lifestyle, Byung-sik decides to hire Yoon-yi. So Yoon-yi soon leaves to live with the couple. There she meets the wife, Hae-ra, who is pregnant with twins. She welcomes Yoon-yi and directs Byung-sik to show Yoon-yi her room. Byung-sik is also a housemaid, who has been looking after Hae-ra since she was a child. Soon after settling in, Yoon-yi begins doing all the household work. The next morning, she meets the couple's young daughter, Nami, who returns from her school. Since Yoon-yi's job is also to take care of Nami, she tries to connect with her. Later that night, while having dinner, Nami tells her mother that she likes Yoon-yi and would like her to stay. Afterwards, Byung-sik and Yoon-yi eat the leftovers from the table. Sometime later, the husband, Hoon, arrives home. After introducing himself to Yoon-yi, he asks Byung-sik to pour him some drink. After pouring the drink, Byung-sik tells Yoon-yi to take it to the couple's room. The couple is impressed with Yoon-yi's hard work and decides to hire her permanently. After working all day, Yoon-yi is finally able to get some rest and is completely tired, as this is her first time working as a live-in housemaid. The next morning, Byung-sik and Yoon-yi prepare breakfast for the couple. Yoon-yi then takes the tray of food to Hoon, who is playing the piano. Yoon-yi can't help herself but watch him playing the piano beautifully. Afterwards, the family says goodbye to Hoon, who leaves for work. Yoon-yi has now fully become a member of the family, and helps Hae-ra shower, do her nails, and so on. Later that night, Hoon arrives home and heads to the bathroom to shower, but finds Yoon-yi cleaning the bathtub. After staring at her for a while, he signals her to leave. One night, Hoon and Hae-ra try to have an injection game, but are unable to do so because of Hae-ra's pregnancy. Despite numerous attempts, Hoon is not satisfied and is frustrated. So when Hae-ra falls asleep, Hoon comes downstairs and sees Yoon-yi in her bed. She covers herself with a blanket, but Hoon tells her to be silent and gives her a glass of wine. He then tells her to remove the blanket, which she hesitantly does. After staring at her, he starts touching her all over her body. Yoon-yi doesn't stop him, as she too is getting aroused by him. While everyone in the house is asleep, Yoon-yi and Hoon have injection game all night. The next day, Yoon-yi continued doing all her household work and help Hae-ra, who is completely unaware of her husband's affair. At day, Yoon-yi is just a housemaid, who works for the couple. But at night, she becomes a romantic partner of Hoon, who longs to satisfy his desires. Yoon-yi has also befriended Nami and would tell her stories every day before going to sleep. One night, Hoon returns home from work and gives Yoon-yi a bonus for working hard. Byung-sik feels something is wrong and begins to suspect Yoon-yi, as Hoon is becoming too generous towards her. So later that night, she goes to Yoon-yi's room to spy on her and catches her mating with Hoon. But instead of confronting her, Byung-sik pretends not to know anything about the affair and tells Yoon-yi to take food to Hoon, like every day. After taking the food, Yoon-yi, who is wearing some makeup, goes close to Hoon, who is playing the piano and smiles at him. Hoon is happy with Yoon-yi and gives her a check as a reward. Despite the affair, Yoon-yi is still warm and friendly to Hae-ra, and even expresses enthusiasm and delight at the progress of her pregnancy. But Byung-sik cannot hold herself anymore, and one night, she confronts Yoon-yi about the sudden change in her. She tries to pry the truth out of Yoon-yi, but Yoon-yi casually brushes her off, saying that she is still the same. Since Yoon-yi isn't revealing her affair with Hoon, Byung-sik goes to meet Hae-ra's mother, Mi-hee, and reveals to her about Yoon-yi's affair with Hoon. She also suspects that Yoon-yi is pregnant with Hoon's child. So Mi-hee decides to visit the family and stage an accident to find whether Yoon-yi is really pregnant or not. One day, Yoon-yi climbs on a ladder on the stairs to clean the chandelier. Mi-hee comes there and intentionally trips, causing Yoon-yi to fall from the ladder. Yoon-yi somehow manages to dangle from the chandelier and begs Mi-hee to pull her over the railing, but Mi-hee doesn't help her, because of which Yoon-yi falls on the floor. Luckily she only gets a concussion and will have to spend the night at the hospital. During the checkup, the doctors also perform a pregnancy test on Yoon-yi and learn that she indeed is pregnant. Mi goes to Hae-ra and reveals to her that Hoon is not an honest husband and is having an affair with Yoon-yi, who is now pregnant with his child. Mi tells her to leave him and come with her, But Hye-ra refuses to leave her husband. Back at the hospital, Yoon-yi learns about her pregnancy. Her friend advises her not to return to the mansion and go for an abortion. Meanwhile, Mi tells Hye-ra to ignore the affair and pretend as if nothing happened. But soon after recovering from the concussion, Yoon-yi returns to the mansion, thinking that no one knows about her affair or pregnancy. Hoon is away on a business trip and isn't home. Hye-ra is furious by Yoon-yi's return and cannot hold her anger anymore. So later that night, she goes to Yoon-yi's bedroom to kill Yoon-yi using a golf club, but is unable to do so. So the next day, she confronts Yoon-yi about her affair with her husband and slaps her repeatedly. Yoon-yi tearfully apologizes and begs for forgiveness. Hye-ra and her mother offer 100 million won to Yoon-yi for aborting her baby and leave for good. Although Yoon-yi accepts their offer, Hye-ra knows that Yoon-yi is not going to abort her baby for money so easily. After seeing Yoon-yi bullied by Hye-ra and her mother, Byung-sik has a change of heart and tells Yoon-yi not to leave, not until she gets proper closure with Hoon. Yoon-yi struggles to decide whether to abort the child or not. Sometime later, Nami comes to talk to Yoon-yi. Nami now shares everything with Yoon-yi, who has become a mother-like figure for Nami. After talking to Nami, Yoon-yi develops a kind of urge to raise a child like her, and decides to keep the baby. So Hye-ra decides to take matters into her own hands and poisons the herbal medicine packets that Yoon-yi drinks every day. One day, Hye-ra and Nami leave for the hospital, as Hye-ra is about to give birth to twins. Hoon returns from his business trip, and is excited to become a father again. After giving birth to twins, Hoon and Hye-ra take pictures with the twins. Hoon happily kisses Hye-ra, but she doesn't kiss him back, which frustrates Hoon. Later that night, Yoon-yi drinks the herbal medicine packets and is slowly getting affected by the poison. Sometime later, an angry Hoon returns home and finds Yoon-yi in his bathtub. Hoon is happy to see her and his mood lightens. Yoon-yi reveals to Hoon that she is pregnant and plans on keeping the baby. Hoon is stunned to learn about the pregnancy and doesn't know what to say. The poison starts showing its effect and Yoon-yi becomes sick. So she is rushed to the hospital, where Mi-hee arranges an abortion without Yoon-yi's consent. Byung-sik watches the entire operation in horror and is helpless, as she can't do anything to help Yoon-yi. After the operation, Byung-sik reveals to Yoon-yi that she was the one who told Mi-hee about Yoon-yi's pregnancy. She apologizes to Yoon-yi for revealing her affair with Hoon, as she never imagined that things would turn out this way. She tells Yoon-yi to move on and try to live a happy life, but Yoon-yi can no longer return to her normal life, as she has lost the will to live. Whereas, Hoon and Hye-ra reconcile and decide to move on and start afresh. After recovering from the abortion, Yoon-yi returns to her friend's apartment and tries to move on in life, but is unable to forgive the couple for ruining her life. So she decides to take revenge on the family and drives to their mansion. With the help of Byung-sik, Yoon-yi manages to sneak inside the house and breastfeeds one of the twins. Hoon comes there and is stunned to see Yoon-yi there. He manages to get hold of the twins and tells Yoon-yi to leave, but Yoon-yi is no longer the same person she used to be. The trauma of losing a child has twisted her mind. Afterwards, the entire family scold and humiliate Byung-sik for letting Yoon-yi in and order her to chase Yoon-yi out. But Byung-sik has enough of humiliation and quits the job on spot. Just then, Yoon-yi comes there and confronts the entire family. She tells Nami to be a good girl and to pursue her dreams. She then hangs herself from the same chandelier she once clung to, and then lights her body on fire. The family watches in horror as Yoon-yi burns alive to death. The family quickly escape from the mansion and get to safety. Nami watches her mother-like figure burn to death and can't do anything to help her. Time passes by, and the family move to a new place. They are celebrating Nami's birthday and all are speaking English. They have hired new housemaids and seem to have completely forgotten the incident. As Hye-ra sings happy birthday, Hoon hands a glass of champagne to Nami. She then walks some distance and watches something far away. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.